A teacher of the Charlestown Secondary School, CSS, is the author of the first algorithm workbook to be published in the Caribbean. The book, titled Information Technology Algorithm Workbook, was written by Senior Instructor for Information Technology Ricardo Neil, who holds a bachelor's degree in Computer Information Systems. His book was officially launched on Friday, November 29th at the Red Cross Conference Center.
The first copy, we sent it to CSS, and the students actually used it. And that is when I realized that this idea is an idea that I could not just let be exposed to Nevis only. I have to open it to the wider community. The mother copy have allowed the student's mark or the student's profile in programming to jump from a basic to what I call an A, exceptional A. When we normally, I would sit down with the head of department and we'll look at the whole performance of the students and see what area they are weak in and the area that they could strengthen, and realize that CXC was right. The whole idea of the programming was bad, right? But when we did the model copy and we used it, we found out that this year, the student is exceptionally well. I think we got 20-something distinctions.
CSS Principal Edson Elliott, Information Technology teacher Joshua Brown, and Nevis Sixth Form College student Jael Roberts, one of Neil's past students, all commended Neil for his response to what was termed as Caribbean students' inability to write algorithm solutions to programming questions. One of the speakers at Friday's book launch was a representative of the Caribbean educational publisher, Renaud Bassant.
Why did this book come out? Because being a teacher, he noted that the results in that segment of the paper was very poor, where people were having great difficulty in writing programs and the inability to fully express themselves and to produce the programs in a way. That need was recognized by Mr. Neil, and I think in satisfying that need, to zoom in and target in and so on was very appropriate. The second thing was the inability across the Caribbean also, not only in St. Kitts and Nevis, the problem arose. So seeing something and trying to deal with it in their own way with their expertise, and I think he has a passion for this, and it has worked well in terms of producing this book. The third thing I think he foresaw was the need to facilitate the learning in terms of writing algorithms, and hence the whole structure of the book gives you that feel that you can go in very easily. It's very student-friendly, calls it. I said user-friendly because we have many more people who are much older than you wanting to confront this, challenge it, and be able to overcome it and say, right, I can do this also.
The island's Minister of Education, Premier, the Honorable Vance Amy, also lauded Neil's accomplishment.
I want to really congratulate Neil, Mr. Neil, on his performance here, providing and producing this workbook. It has to be that he loves what he does, and he told me as much. He loves IT, and he would want to do something a bit more progressive to ensure that he is able to assist his students to become more proficient in the IT, study of IT, and in their output and their performance at the examinations. But it goes beyond, as far as I'm concerned, examinations. It goes to the heart of what makes Mr. Neil tick, and that is his love of the Caribbean area and using his obvious talent to help students for years to come, and not just those who are in his care at this time, to whom he teaches IT, but those who will be using the workbook as years go by.
As part of Friday's launch, Neil and his wife Michelle presented a copy of his Information Technology Algorithm Workbook to each of the island's secondary schools, as well as to the parents of 5 of Neil's past students. The students' images appear on the book's cover. That's it for tonight's local news.